Jake Paul. Jake Paul's dead. He's dead. He's not going to make it. Shut the up. I don't give a dude. Look at this. Look at this. He's fighting a professional boxer.
It has been a little transition moving to heavyweight, but I definitely needed to put on weight to be able to compete with Mike Tyson, so he's not just throwing me around in the ring. So we've been sparring heavyweights, eating more food. Mike Tyson has called me fat, but I believe that the fat will turn into muscle. And yeah, come fight night, I believe I will be able to move and dance around the ring like a true heavyweight.
Jake Paul just canceled a monumental fight against Mike Tyson, and Joe Rogan isn't holding back. Rogan slammed Jake for disrespecting the sport and its legends, calling him out for manipulating fans and media. The anticipation for this clash was off the charts, but now it feels like a betrayal. Was Jake afraid to face the wrath of Iron Mike? The fight world is buzzing with disappointment and outrage. How will this impact Jake's reputation? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. What do you think about Rogan's fiery response? Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles. Today, we're breaking down the latest drama in boxing that has everyone buzzing. Joe Rogan just laid down the law, and you won't believe how he called out Jake Paul for pulling the plug on his highly anticipated fight with the legendary Mike Tyson. This clash had the potential to change the game, and now it's all gone up in smoke. What does this mean for Jake's credibility in the boxing world? If you want the inside scoop on this epic showdown and its fallout, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. You don't want to miss a second of this action. Joe Rogan, the voice of MMA and combat sports, is known for calling out anything that doesn't sit right with him. And when Jake Paul canceled his highly anticipated fight with Mike Tyson, Rogan didn't hold back. During a recent podcast episode, Joe made it clear he thinks Jake's decision is a slap in the face to the sport and its fans. According to Rogan, pulling out of a fight with a legend like Tyson is a sign of disrespect, not just to Mike, but to the entire boxing community. You don't just walk away from a fight with Mike Tyson, he said. And honestly, many fans agree with him. This clash between eras had everyone on the edge of their seats, and now it's all come to a screeching halt. But it's not just about the fight itself. Rogan's anger goes much deeper than that. He's accusing Jake of using hype and manipulation to keep himself in the spotlight. And it seems Joe's finally had enough of the antics. In the podcast, Joe Rogan pulled no punches when describing how Jake Paul has built his reputation. According to him, Jake has been playing the public from the start, crafting a narrative that doesn't match reality. Rogan described Jake as a master manipulator, someone who knows exactly how to generate buzz while keeping fans guessing. Joe's always been vocal about his doubts regarding Jake's status as a real contender in boxing. Even as Jake racked up wins, Rogan questioned the quality of his opponents and how Jake's team has carefully controlled the story around his career. But now, with the cancellation of the Tyson fight, Joe believes this manipulation has gone too far. For Rogan, it's not just about the match falling apart. It's about Jake's habit of building up huge fights, only to back away when things get too intense. Joe's words were blunt. Jake's been hyping up fights, building anticipation, and then pulling stunts like this. He's playing his fans and the sport for fools. And Joe Rogan isn't the only one who's disappointed. Boxing fans worldwide have voiced their frustration over the sudden cancellation of what was shaping up to be a blockbuster showdown. Social media has been flooded with reactions, from disbelief to outright anger. Many saw this fight as a chance for Jake to prove himself against a true icon, and now they feel like that chance has been wasted. Fans expected Jake to step up and face the challenge, and some even believed he had a shot against a nearly 60-year-old Tyson. But when the fight was pulled, it left a lot of people feeling let down. One user wrote, "We were promised fireworks, but instead we got a dud." Another commented, "If Jake's not ready for a fight like this, then what is he doing in boxing?" It's clear that many saw this fight as a make-or-break moment for Jake Paul's career, and now it's starting to look more like a missed opportunity. So what really led to Jake pulling out of this fight? According to his team, it's all about timing and business decisions. They've hinted that the fight's timing wasn't ideal, but fans aren't buying it. To most, it feels like an excuse, a way to dodge a fight that could have seriously tested Jake's limits. There's a theory floating around that Jake simply wasn't ready to handle the pressure of facing a legend like Mike Tyson. After all, this isn't just another influencer match. This is Mike Tyson we're talking about, a fighter whose name alone strikes fear in his opponents. The mental challenge of preparing to face such a formidable opponent might have been too much for Jake to handle, especially with the world watching. And while Jake's team may frame this as a strategic decision, many see it as a sign that he's not ready to be taken seriously in the sport. To fans and critics alike, it seems like a missed opportunity for Jake to prove he can hold his own against a real heavyweight threat. While Mike Tyson has remained relatively quiet about the fight's cancellation, there's no doubt that he's disappointed. Tyson was training hard, gearing up as if he were preparing for a major title bout. Even at 58, he was putting in the kind of work that made fans believe he still had something left in the tank. His training videos showed that trademark power and speed that made him a terror in the ring decades ago. For Tyson, the matchup wasn't just another payday, it was a chance to show that he still has what it takes. And with Jake backing out, it's a missed opportunity for Tyson too. Many believe that Mike was ready to teach Jake a lesson about what it really means to step into the ring with a true fighter. And for Joe Rogan, watching Jake pull out of the fight felt like a disrespect to everything Tyson has contributed to the sport. Rogan has always been vocal about his admiration for Mike, and he wasn't about to let this slide without speaking his mind. The fallout from Jake Paul's decision to back out goes beyond a single fight. It's about how he'll be remembered in the world of boxing. Sure, he's managed to stay in the spotlight and attract plenty of attention, but respect? That's another story. Jake has built his career on spectacle, but now that it's time to prove himself, he's left fans questioning his seriousness. Joe Rogan pointed out that this move might hurt Jake's credibility in the long run. If he keeps dodging the biggest challenges, how will he ever earn the respect he's been chasing? For Rogan, it's clear that Jake's latest stunt hasn't done him any favors in the eyes of true boxing fans and insiders. It's hard to build a lasting reputation in a sport where toughness and bravery are essential. And with this latest move, Jake's making it easy for critics to dismiss him as just another influencer who's not quite ready for the big leagues. This isn't the first time Joe Rogan and Jake Paul have clashed, but it might be the most intense. Rogan's harsh words for Jake weren't just aimed at the fight cancellation. They were aimed at the way Jake's been conducting himself in the sport. Joe made it clear that he's tired of the smoke and mirrors, and he's not going to stay quiet about it. Rogan's criticism strikes at the heart of what many have been feeling about Jake's boxing career. For all the hype and promotion, it's moments like this that expose the cracks in the facade. And with Rogan's voice reaching millions, it's clear that Jake's actions are under the microscope like never before. But will Jake respond to Rogan's scathing critique, or will he let the comments hang in the air? That's the next big question on everyone's minds. Now that Jake has stepped back from the fight with Mike Tyson, what's next for the controversial internet sensation? Will he try to regroup and find another opponent? Or is this a sign that his boxing journey is hitting a rough patch? And will Joe Rogan continue to keep the pressure on him in future podcast episodes? It's clear that Jake still has a lot to prove if he wants to be taken seriously in the world of boxing. And with Joe Rogan watching his every move, the pressure isn't going away anytime soon. As for Joe, he's made it clear that he's not afraid to call out anything he sees as harmful to the sport he loves. Whether it's on his podcast or in interviews, you can bet that he'll keep weighing in on the actions of fighters like Jake. That's all for today, fight fans. What do you think of Joe Rogan's harsh words for Jake Paul? Do you agree with his take? Or do you think Jake made the right decision? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the debate going. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned to Red Rumbles for more hard-hitting analysis, news, and everything you need to keep up with the world of boxing. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.